So I am watching the Oklahoma City bombing, American Terror on Netflix. And I don't care how many times you send a documentary, and there's another one comes out, another comes out. There is always something added or different or what have you, right? Just for example, right? I was watching the documentary about Rex Heuermann, the guy that is responsible, or they're saying is responsible for the Giglio Beach murders, right, of those sex workers. And I didn't even know that within that police station, at the top, right, they had some corruption. Two of the top guys, while all this was going on, was arrested. Yeah, I had no idea. Out of all the times I've seen the coverage about the Giglio murders, like from 48 Hours and different media, I never knew that happened. I mean that's on Netflix as well. It just blew me away. I didn't know anything about that, so that's why it's always good. That's why I always give y'all several different sources, right? Just in case one of them leaves something out. It don't mean I don't read them all. I'm just saying I'm like, okay, here, for the people that wanna look more in depth in those stories, right? But I didn't even know that. But anyway, I'm looking at Oklahoma City bombing, right? And that guy, what's his name? Timothy McVeigh. And you notice with some federal death row inmates, right? Sometimes, it takes a little longer than I won't say than expected, but it's a little less than average time that you spend on death row in the state. But when they want to get you up out of here, like the DC sniper and Timothy McVeigh, they push all this shit to the top. Yeah, we gonna hurry up and deny. Okay, you've exhausted everything. Next. Okay, next your ass is gonna be set a date and get you up out of here, right? I mean, they got the DC sniper up out here so goddamn quick. That was crazy, right? So, and I think they got the Briley. I think they Briley brothers. I think they got them out pretty quick. They had escaped at one point, but they were in the Virginia area, I believe. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere over there. But anyway, this dude Timothy McVeigh, right? When they did his profile, and this wasn't really his profile. This was actually facts they knew about him. This is prior to them actually probably creating a profile. So he was a person that got picked on in school. He was a person who didn't have any friends. They never found any record of him having a long relationship with a female or anybody, you know. He was into comic books and he had a collection. He traded his comic books for to be able to buy weapons. Him and the dudes that were Timothy Nichols, and it was another dude. I think he ended up turning, agreeing to testify. But all three of them had anti-government rhetoric and feelings and shit. And then you have it all kind of started because he had an issue with what happened in Waco. So, and I'm telling you, y'all, listen, okay, and it's gonna look bad on me because I just posted about me having PTSD about these people, whatever. But listen, it is a bunch of cases would not be solved, especially crazy shit like this, if it were not for the people who work in forensic psychology, behavioral specialists, profilers, the whole gamut, the whole team. If it wasn't for those people, you wouldn't even be able, a lot of this stuff would go unsolved. And like I told you, they have people of that caliber working ordinary businesses just to make sure that the business would be sustainable for the future, or that it's trending in the right direction and things of that nature, right? So they have people that hold those designations or credentials working everywhere. Okay? Yeah, well, I mean, if you believe anything Ronnie Bo say, that's the one thing I do know for sure. He even said that, right? But, and listen, I'm trying to tell you, Timothy McVeigh reminds me of some people. One or two of y'all in particular. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna start no shit, but people that will blow up a federal building, honey. Well, I said building like one of them old people. A federal building. Crazy as hell. Who does that? With the kids in there and all of that? I'm gonna leave it on that note, baby. But anyway, right? And also, that is something, how he ended up as an adult was pretty much how he was as a child, okay? Your characteristics, your mannerisms, things that make up your traits, right? And your ethics and all that is tied into it, right? 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't change. If it is changed, it's usually changed by force. You have some people that will go to study that type of stuff. That's when you have them dusties. They go and, they get they body done, or, come up on loot off somebody, whatever. And then they begin to try to be someone that they naturally just aren't. They studied it, right? So, let me tell you how you can tell. When they didn't have no money or anything, they were just fine being a dusty. Time they get some money, they want to try to turn away from them dusty ways and act like, their dustiness is behind them. Same go for hoes. But it comes out. Because that's who you are. I'm the same way whether I don't have anything, according to me, or whether I have whatever. I'm the same way. I'm still going to put them gloves on. I'm the same way. I ain't kissing no ass for nothing. I ain't asking about none of that. I'm the same way. The same way. It is something that is inside of you, honey. And I've seen people try to study manners. Like, how to, I don't know, fine dining. What else? People need being at events, things of that nature, right? If you was raised that way, or if it was already in you some kind of way by some type of reinforcement, you don't have to study that. You may have to refresh because the manners change based on the region and season. People don't know that, just like your outfits and stuff like that, and the events. That's why I came up with that. But, and I came up with that because of the reinforcement I had, not because I'm trying to study or whatever. No. You gotta do all that. That's how I came up. Okay? The reason, the season, the region. Or whatever you want to put it in. But it ain't that simple. So, anyway. So, it amazes me, right, when it comes to these motherfucking dusties, right? They are the ones, they are the gutter snipe, low belly ass caterpillars who always want to seem to come out and tell somebody what's real and what's fake, whatever, when they don't have a real one to compare it to. How does that happen? They don't know how to authenticate it. They ain't checking no serial. No. They don't have the paperwork, because they don't know which ones come with paperwork and which ones don't. Just because they don't come with paperwork don't mean it's not real. With some, designers. Like, shit like that, right? So gutter snipe. And don't get it twisted. Both male and female can be gutter snipes and goddamn dusties. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. It's outrageous. But I don't know how that got interjected into what I was talking about. But yeah, anyway. Oh my goodness. I just think it is it's outrageous. But I don't listen. I'm not saying that I'm just not going around and being paranoid and PTSD of everybody. I know better than that. I'm not nuts and what have you. But I'm trying to tell you, I am looking at. I hear something don't sound right, whatever. I'm like, But I don't have to too much worry about that with the, kind of people I deal with. They just ain't doing this type of shit like this here. But, like, listen, that Rex Heuermann dude, he's some big architect. And that really doesn't mean nothing, because the damn police, well, I think it was commissioner and the DA, whatever, them people that was corrupt and shit. That's crazy. So your job and your credential, all that really doesn't mean that your ass won't do some creepy shit, because that's creepy. Killing these sex workers and getting involved with them like that's some, some creepiness and whatever. But I told you, with this sex worker shit now, it's been normalized. They are all on the TV, like, having arguments with the sex workers, like, who's making the most. They pimp is the best. Their trick term boyfriend or consistent trick is the best. Oh, it's crazy. I'm like, and they don't care nothing about the people coming to knock on their door. I'm wondering if the police gave new guidelines about sex working or whatever. I don't know if it's the normal streetwalkers. Are they the only ones getting arrested? Because on one of the shows, one of the girls was out there walking the street. Hey, baby, I'm like, But yeah, it's like, oh, God, it's crazy, yo, but I'm just listening. This is really awareness. Go look at that Timothy McVeigh. Look at what they said about him. Let's see if it don't remind people. Let's at least somebody. Ain't nobody you should be scared of. Okay? Because they're going to do some coward shit. Okay? Googling how to make a bomb isn't that difficult, right? And although when he was in the what you call it, military, y'all. No, I ain't gonna say nothing. Some people are too coward to go to the military. But I'm just saying, he has his views about the government. He goes into the military. The clues and the context don't always have to fit perfectly. That's what I think I'm gonna name this drop.